Hello and welcome to Game of Dota 2. You are watching StarLadder, Star Series. And we have got ourselves an important game in front of us. It is Power Rangers versus Sigma International. Now this is our first out of 6 games in total today. We have a lot of games to go through, and all of the games, or at least most of the games, have got a lot of value towards reaching that top 4 in the rankings. So let's just take a quick look at the rankings right now. As you can see, Alliance, Navi, Sigma, Roxkiss are in there. But as we look further down the list, Fnatic still has to play a lot of games and are also sitting on 3 losses total. And they also still have a chance to go to Kiev. And right now, I mean, it's starting to come down to those 5 teams and which 4 of those will make it to Kiev. All 5 teams are so incredibly talented, have so many wins. We've seen so many great games from them. But today, 3 of these teams will have to face each other. And that's the most interesting thing right here, because we're going to see Fnatic facing Roxkiss, I believe. Yes, that's going to be our 5th match of the day. So Fnatic will face Roxkiss, which is going to be a game that might decide like which team is going to, of those 2 teams, is going to go to Kiev. Now we're also gonna see Sigma facing Roxkiss, so that's like Roxkiss. They have to perform. If they don't perform today, they're not gonna make it to Kiev. So for Sigma, they also have 2 matches, like this one against Power Rangers and the one up against Roxkiss. Now even if they lose the one against Power Rangers, they already have got a lot less chance to go to Kiev. And as you can see, though, all of those 5 top teams still in. They all still need play a few more games. Navi still needs to play 2, Alliance still needs to play 3, and you know, it's all gonna come down to those last final games, those last final moments, those last decisions. So it's exciting. I'm excited. I hope you are too. You should be. And if you're not, then maybe something's wrong, or maybe I'm not you know, transitioning my excitement to you over as I should be doing. But unfortunately I don't have anybody to help me with that. Normally this is the point where I introduce a co-caster, but unfortunately for me and for you, no co-caster at this moment. I do, however, have a statsman for you. Music will be providing you with all the in-game information that you want to know about the stats, about the heroes, about their builds, etc. So shout out to him for doing that one. We are going to see Power Rangers, well, they have done their homework. They have banned out the Bane as well as the Puck, 2 heroes, which Sigma plays a lot. They have played the Bane mostly, of course, with Mad there, playing that for himself and just being a complete boss on that hero. Now also a hero they often pick is a Marana, which is still on the pool actually. We'll see though, as they did pick up the Clockwork, which is an offlane hero normally, and I mean, even though they have ran Marana mid and safe lane and offlane, lately they've mostly been playing her offlane, so that's a Miguel hero right there. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here as well, or if that they're if they might still want to pick it up for as a core position. Personally, not one of my favorites, but we have seen it work before, and it's worked before for Sigma as well. So it's all pretty exciting, to be honest. I have to say, I hope that I won't be getting carried away too much. If I do, just let me know. I'll be fine. Power Rangers, they will be the one to go for Marana. Oh well. Picked up a Crystal Maiden as their first pick. Solid support, can't really go wrong with the Crystal Maiden. And Marana now picked up as well. As said, a very versatile hero. Also something that Power Rangers has played in different scenarios. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to use it as right now. We do still have, I mean, the obviously, there he is. I was gonna say, I mean, of course the Elder Titan and the Alchemist were banned out, but the Bristleback was the one that I was kind of missing. Still one of those key heroes that you normally want to either have yourself or want to have banned out, and that's something that Sigma does, removing that one from the pool and making sure that they don't have to face it. Slark and OD banned out as well as the Weaver right now, and Sigma has the chance to select their next hero. And personally, well, I personally like to see something like a Nyx or a Sand King. They're not really the Sand King kind of team, but something, let's rephrase it, a support with a disable. Now of course Venomancer is still in the pool, and he's not a support with a disable, still a very strong support though, but it all depends on what kind of, well, what kind of lineup they want to run. Like, do they want to run an aggressive tri-lane or a safe tri-lane? Lately, they've been running a lot of dual lanes, and that is still possible as well. I mean, Clockwork can be paired up with a lot of different heroes, and they're actually taking their time to think about this one. Which hero do they want to pick up? And Power Rangers, I mean, yeah, you just saw they haven't, just to go quickly back to the scores. Power Rangers, they've played 15 games, 10 wins, 5 losses, so, you know, they're Oh, this is the wrong screen. Boom. They're not the most solid team out there. But this is the team that has managed to beat Alliance and Na'Vi this season and previous season. This is the giant killer they're up against. Power Rangers, they might not be doing all too well against the lower ranked teams, which is kind of surprising. But when it counts, or when a lot of people are watching, when they have that pressure, when they have to do well, they perform. They deliver. And I'm hoping that they can do that here as well, just because normally when they have that kind of game, it is such an amazing game to watch. And
5 seconds
I just hope for something like that to happen for a bit of an explosive matchup here to start the day off. 6 games in total here. So much Dota to go through, and starting it off with the Power Rangers versus Sigma matchup is of course a treat for sure. Power Rangers, they will be going up against a Dragonite. Very safe pick. Not really a pick that I would see Sigma, or that I would expect to pick to see Sigma, or at least fairly early. I guess the first of the second bans. I would rather see like at this point. But the Dragonite, a solid mid. You can't really lose in the mid lane with a Dragonite. You might be not winning your lane. Fair enough, but losing your lane is a whole different story, as they pick up the Enchantress as their next hero, and that will be one of their supports. So we'll see how he does. Sorry, I tried to fix the ticking in my microphone. I think it worked. I like to see an Enchantress, some nice micro going on, and even though it's not a support with a disable as I thought it would be, and the ticking still continues. Oh, sorry, we'll fix it. Hereby fixed. It's still a support that does have an extra slow, of course, and with that slow can set up for disables to come out from any kind of creeps that she's carrying around, commanding around, I should say. Kunkka picked up by Power Rangers, not really a hero I was expecting to see. Definitely a hero that can go up against that Dragonite. I don't think that Dragonite's going to be too sad about that. He might be harassed a bit more, but in terms of last hits, he should still be able to have a comfortable time in that mid lane. We'll see if Power Rangers run that Kunkka indeed in the mid lane or not. It also depends on what kind of hero they run as, like what kind of hero they run the Mirana as. Is that going to be a carry? We could even see her mid up against a Dragonite. I don't really... Like, Mirana overall has got such a low attack damage early on in the game that she kind of needs a Wraith Band if she wants to go mid, and therefore you have to pull her a lot. And even with that, there's no guarantee she's going to win last hitting off a Dragonite. So we'll see how Power Rangers run it. To be honest, I believe that it is Moon that plays Mirana for them. Although Moon also is the one to play Kunkka, and so it kind of is curious. There will be something of a surprise element. I think also for Sigma, of course, we're gonna assume that they also did a bit of their homework, and especially for this important match.
Radiant team ban.
Maybe even more homework than I did, possibly. Probably more homework than I did, so we'll see. We have a StarLadder pick up, so I'm guessing we're gonna see something like a Dazzle Band out. Something that Power Rangers have been liking to do is run in multiple heroes with minus armor.
10 seconds remaining.
And with the Bristleback and the Alchemist already removed, 2 minus armor heroes already that are fairly often picked up. I'm gonna assume that that's the case also for Dazzle. At least I'm gonna assume that Dazzle is gonna be the one that Sigma is gonna opt to ban. It's not really, like, Dazzle's not really the greatest hero to have in combination with Crystal Maiden, Mirana, Kunkka, StarLadder.
Dire team ban.
It's kind of suboptimal, especially because it doesn't have a solid disable, and you kind of do want to have disables to set up for so many things like Arrow, Torrent, Crush. You need something to set up for, and Crystal Maiden alone might not be all that you want to have. We'll see what Power Rangers go for, though. If it is going to be something like a Dazzle. Of course, he does have a bit of a disable, but oh well. Lifestealer will be the last hero for Sigma. That's going to be their core. Their main core with a Dragonite mid. A fairly solid lineup for Sigma. Fairly standard lineup. Very safe lineup. That's probably the best way to describe this. They've got it all. They've got solid mid, solid carry, solid support in the Enchantress. They've got a bit of aggression, initiation, team fight. They have it all. I'm interested to see how they're going to put this to work, and how they're gonna try to get still some kind of element of surprise for Power Rangers, as they do indeed go for the Dazzle, as expected. I mean, that's something they have been going for, and, you know, it was bound to happen. No real surprise there. I have to say, I'm still, like, of course Dazzle has got his stun, and you can set up for some of the things, but it's still gonna be quite interesting to see how they're gonna do this. Well, let's take a look at who is playing what, and therefore who is gonna be playing where, especially for Power Rangers. That will be interesting. They have been running a lot of 2-1-2 lanes, and maybe they're gonna do the same thing here. Of course, Dazzle is one of those heroes with a very long range on his attack, and he can harass very easily, so he can be one of those heroes to help out, for example, on the bottom lane. Although for now, going top is his goal, as Moon. Still the Mirana player. I mean, it is still Moon. I'm just surprised that he's by himself on that bottom lane. Well, therefore, let's just start with Power Rangers. That's the one that I would turn to first. Power Rangers, of course, will play from the Dire side for this game. And we have got Moon. He'll play the offlane Mirana. I'm expecting to see some supports rotating towards him to help out, but we'll see if that's going to happen. We've got CXC in the mid lane. He'll take on the Kunkka. And then for Power Rangers on this top lane, Cheshire Cat, the player that normally plays the offlane. He'll play the StarLadder here with J4 playing the Dazzle. And it will be... Wow. The last one playing the Crystal Maiden. He didn't use his normal name. Well, that's something that I have to check out then. But I will do that. I do like a safe trial in here, but I think maybe they were just trying to make sure that they're not going to get countered aggressive tri-laned.
The battle begins.
And in that case, just make sure that they are going to be having a tri-lane to counter a potential other tri-lane. FNG, of course it's FNG. What am I talking about? FNG is the hero for the crystal, or player for the Crystal Maiden. Yeah, they should be rotating bottom. Maybe not straight away. We'll see, though. Let's take a look first at Sigma, or second, I should say, because I already introduced Power Rangers, obviously. Sigma has got Sokshka playing the Life Stealer. He's been going on the attack of Paris, and he actually said that he might have preferred to be played Paris sometimes. So I'm just going to use both of the nicks, because it's making for a transition. It allows him to make up his mind which one he wants to have, as we already have a ward countered. For FNG indeed coming into the jungle, finding Pass and Mad with the centaur stomp. This might be trouble for FNG. The harassment will go through, but the harassment is kind of, yeah, deafening. That's for about right there. An arrow still on Pass, but it doesn't matter. Moon now, he did not pick up Leap, he picked up Arrow, and now he gets open wounded. Now this is going to be 2 kills off the bat for Sigma. Double kill for Pass's Visage. Very scary things happening here in the bottom lane for Power Rangers, and now I would actually say, Crystal Maiden, you better rotate back top to help out your top lane, because apparently not going to be doing anything good. I mean, they still countered the ward, which is nice and all, but I mean, that's not really the start that you want to be having. For Sigma, we'll have Mad playing the Enchantress, and as you already saw, Pass will take on the role of the Visage, close to having a killing spree, sitting on 800 gold. Kind of insane. In the meantime, in the middle lane, we've got Fada, of course. He'll be playing the Dragon Knight, and up against a Kunkka. Fairly decent, a decent matchup for him, and he should be having a good time. I mean, I said during the draft that normally you don't see Dragon Knights winning the lane. They're not really losing, but they're not winning the lane. But this might actually be a matchup that he might be able to win. We've got Miguel, the last one. He is an offlane hero, an offlane player, and an offlane hero. And Clockwork there for him as well, as he is trying to harass and counter-harass J4 here. J4, who skipped his grave. It's interesting to see J4 just going straight for the skills rather than waiting out with a skill point just to see if he needs a shallow grave. But that's all because of that bottom lane. All because he knows that the supports are busy on the bottom lane and he is not going to get harassed by anybody apart from the Clockwork. And he can of course throw that harassment right back, trying to stop Clockwork from getting experience. It's not really working out all too well though. I mean, Miguel is still level 3.5. In the meantime, we do have Mad from the side. He has himself 2 creeps, and he's not going to be able to pick up ZXC, or is he? The Centaur or something. They're going to die if this. Centaur taking up the tower, the stun still hits. The Dragon Tail, Breathe Fire, it's all there. Illusion Rune actually blocks Fada a bit and stops him from... Oh, he doesn't even have it. Never mind that. ZXC is fine. Doesn't have the Dragon Tail, that is. So if he would have had that secondary stun, perhaps there would have been an option there, but... Harassing ZXC out of the lane is already a nice thing, and he was already using his full bottle charges. That means that right now he can't do anything right now. He has to wait. Maybe FNG can give him a tango, help him out a bit, but that would also give away that there is actually Crystal Maiden hiding behind this tree. They do know that Matt is in the jungle, and they're gonna maybe trying to take him down, Crystal Maiden. I mean, he should know that right now there is someone in his jungle. There should be someone in his jungle. Oh, also in comes ZXC. They're gonna try to take this. If they get just a slow... Yeah, there, because they're slow. Frostbite as well. No untouchable for Matt. Torrent coming in. That's gonna be a kill. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Courier will not go down to the Hellbore Smasher, but that was close. Very nicely done. They really needed something like that to happen to make sure that Sigma gets put back where they belong. Leap is there for Moon. Still level 2 though, and still getting slowed down by Puss as well. He's still going to be in a lot of trouble. He does have an arrow if he wants to turn around and hit it. Soul Assumption. Yeah, he goes down. Soul Assumption was not enough to take him down, but the right clicks following after that are and Pass on a killing spree right now. This is actually, I mean, okay, so if you are going to give 3 kills away in your bottom lane, you better do it all on the same person. You better only give the kills to the same person, same support. That's actually pretty decent. Like, considering the situation, it's pretty decent for Power Rangers, because now there is a killing spree bonus to get if they actually get the kill in return at some point, which they, hopefully for them, of course they will. So, if you are going to give kills away, if the enemy team were to get kills, then putting them all on the same team, same target, same hero is actually pretty decent. In the meantime, Cheshire Cat's even on experience with Miguel. Miguel actually slightly ahead. That just means that J4 is not harassing enough. And, I mean, the only reason he's there is to keep his StarLadder safe. Because if as soon as he leaves, the StarLadder will be run upon. And talking about running upon people, do have a Dragon Tail coming out. ZXC, Crystal Main coming in. But from the side, in comes the Centaur Frostbite. Still going to be there as the stomp is coming out for FNG as well. He's going to be alive for the moment. The Torrent comes out, the Grave as well. Hello, Dazzle. And I would say bye, Fada. One more hit needed. Indeed, he drops. It is going to be the Crystal Main that got picked up by Matt as well. Matt, with his Nature's Attendance level 2, will be able to stay alive for the moment as Pass just forces back the Dazzle. And FNG, you just stuck around for too long. Goes down still to the Enchantress. That was a place where ZXC shouldn't have been anymore. In the end, it's a 2-on-1 exchange. It could have ended way worse, though. It could have ended on a 2-0. I say way worse. It could have ended worse. At least they got a Dragonite in return, and on top of that, Dragonite wasn't actually present for any of the kills. He might have had an assist still, but he wasn't close for experience, nor was he close enough for gold. So that's actually, or, you know, he gets gold, but not for experience. That's actually pretty decent. Level 6 on both solo mids right now. As we do have a bit of a dive going here. Moon trying to run away from this one. Paris, he has an infest, and that's going to be the remaining damage that he needed to do to take down Moon for the 3rd time this game, and his first solo kill. Didn't even need the help of the Visage for that one. Visage, who got 2 assists on the 2 kills that happened middle, so no extra killing spree gold. In the meantime, top lane, Miguel trying to run with the battery assault. Is there going to be another crush? There would be, but the TP incoming means the Cheshire Cat is home safe, or at least is backing off. He needs to back off there. It's too scary. If he got slowed, got a Soul Assumption, then he would have died. He knows that too. Especially with that haste up, it does make him extra vulnerable, of course. Additional 15% damage. Well, you have to always be careful with turning that on. The Power Rangers, even though they're slightly behind right now, they're holding their own. They are making sure that they're not completely out of it just yet. They're still getting their core items up, still getting their core gold up. There's of course Sigma is ahead. There's no surprise about that one, and they're gonna go for ZXC here again. I don't think that FNG cannot help. Everything came out. The teleport mid got interrupted. No surprise there. A lot of hatred coming out for that Kunkka. And Kunkka is the one that gets shut down a lot here. In the meantime, again, Moon in some trouble. Like, normally, you look towards a hero, like, which hero is going to be pulling the mid-game together for Power Rangers, right?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So then there's 3 cores on Power Rangers that might be able to do that. StarLadder, Kunkka, and Rana. And all 3 have actually got a decent way of fighting early on. I mean, the boat combination with ZXC doesn't need that much to pull that off. He has got level 2 in Torrent on X marked spot. Oh, Moon, you're so dead. Familiar is going to be stunning him up. In comes the slow and the infest damage, and Pass will take the kill. Mega kill streak for him. So he now has 5 kills to the name. The crush of ZXC actually not hitting, and the Soul Assumption. That 15% extra damage, that might actually be the death of Cheshire Cat. Is he actually gonna chase that? No, he's not. Good job, because otherwise he probably would have killed himself. But that might actually be resulting into a tower. I was gonna say, like, which heroes are you looking towards? Mirana with the arrows. And StarLadder, of course, does have the haste, and perhaps if he picks up a fast blink, he might be able to do something more, but his first rotation, not so successful, was forced back into the base. We do have more rotations coming in with J4 and FNG coming in from behind, but the familiars will actually scout them out. And that means that the element of surprise is kind of gone. They do get 100 extra gold up on the Crystal Main, which is pretty decent, and they actually smoke up. We'll see where they end up. If they try to walk high ground here, they'll get their smoke instantly revealed, so that might not be the best option. But perhaps Fada is a good target right there. Perhaps Fada is the one they opt to go for, and I mean, sentry boards won't save you from smoke targets, so even if... Oh, actually, I marked the spot into Torrent and into Boat. In comes a no for the Frostbite. No hope. The hookshot's still in for Miguel, but all he's going to be able to do is put up cogs and walk away right after that. 4 heroes mid from Power Rangers, and the 5th is incoming, actually. Moon. Let's see what his arrows have in store for us. That's all what it's about. Moonlight Shadow won't help with the sentry ward in the mid lane. The arrows. He's gonna be able to find someone. He's gonna be able to find Miguel. Long range arrow. They're gonna go in on him. Mirana might not be able to reach him, but Cheshire Cat and ZXCR. Miguel cogs himself in. Cheshire Cat might have actually given his life for that one. Attack the cogs or run. Never mind. Grave comes out. The crush as well. Cheshire Cat. He knows he's gonna die. He's gonna do as much as he can, and he actually gets a kill before he dies. Big plays coming out from Cheshire Cat. Mirana does get picked up straight after. Turns into a 3-on-2 exchange with Mirana dead, StarLadder and Dazzle all dead on the side of Power Rangers. But at least 2 kills in return. Power Rangers, they need to do what they can to hold Sigma's push off. It's a bit of a big sacrifice to give though, because of course that were 2 of their cores.
Dire's structures are
Meantime,
fortified.
ZXC back in base will need to be back here in the middle lane if they don't want to lose their tower, which seems to be indeed something they want to hold on to. In comes the Rage of Sucksky. We'll be able to run away from that one. Still hanging around the mid lane. Everybody on the mid lane. Hand of Midas. Oh. It's good to see some things never change. Right? Hand of Midas. Our first one of the game, I do believe. Yep. But it's because Power Rangers all has fairly early game heroes. And they can really punish that Hand of Midas, I feel. If they are able to make their aggression work. Obviously, for now, it has not been working out. They have exchanged kills, but always came out on the back end of things. Cheshire Cat's finding Miguel.
Incoming!
And they're gonna go for him, because look, smoke gang coming in towards him. They do need the crush to come off, though. And they get it. Arrow coming in as well. Miguel is very dead. Very, very dead indeed. Perhaps they can dive Fada as well. They will at least take the creep wave. Oh, Cheshire Cat might actually coming in from behind. And Moonlight Shadow there as well. X-mark the spot. Up on Matt, but no follow-up there. The follow-up comes towards Fada and Sokska. Fada will get hit by the boat. Torrent as well. Will he go down? He's alive for the moment. Still getting slow, but the rest of Power Rangers get forced out by Matt, by Chokska. But in comes a crush. Up on 2. 1 already dead. Matt trying to live, trying to turn some damage around. Dragonite still ends up getting picked up by the Dazzle, and the Torrent still hits up on Paz Moon. Still in this. He's got a point blank arrow if he wants to. J4, run, dude! Run! 8 health, the flare will pick him up, the hookshot comes in on Moon, but he'll be able to leap to low ground. It's 3 for 2 for now, and Power Rangers, the first fight they come out for ahead, they end up taking it. They take the Lifestealer, actually they took down 4. 4 out of the 5 died, as they took down the Clockwork, the Visage, the Lifestealer, and the Dragonite. So all 3 cores and the support dead on the side of Sigma, while Power Rangers, yeah, they gave up 2 kills as well, but they gave up 2 supports. That is the best kind of trait you could hope for Power Rangers. That was their first fight that they actually won. However, they weren't able to take things off the back of it, and that's gonna get more and more important as time goes on. So right now, he is like Power Rangers and for Sigma the same story. I mean, they are of course having a bit of a better pushing lineup, and they show it by taking down this tier 1 right now. But at this moment, you have to be able to take down structures off the back of fights, because if you don't, then you're going to be losing more and more map control, and that's what it's going to be all about for a little while. That map control, and of course in turn also the vision that it brings, the amount of wards you can place. And if you can take Roshan, if you can farm your own jungle, if you can farm your enemy jungle, if you can find those arrows, if you can find those ganks. That's all needed. Power Rangers, Let's see what they have in store for us here in terms of items. We already saw the Vanguard up on Cheshire Cat, of course. We have got the drums and the face boots also up on the Kuka, so he is ready for his aggression as well. We already saw that one. To be honest though, I mean, I'm not too sure about this go. This is Sigma already scouting this out. Let's see. They're gonna leave Roshan alone. Of course, with the armor from the Dazzle, they can take Roshan fairly in a decent timing, and of course, I mean, amplified damage, you know, that's a free Roshan right there. Nice counter word being done by Sigma, and that should be keeping Power Rangers back. And Sigma in turn, they don't really have a solid Roshan lineup, Roshan taking lineup, apart from the fact that they do have a medallion on pass, and that's gonna allow them to go for oh, they saw that armor. I think they should have. The pings don't come out. The pings that come out are all from Power Rangers. They are only gonna find Matt soon though. The Frostbite will come out. Matt, the Nature's Attendant, still gonna help him out, but the Torrents, it's too much. He will get picked up there. In from the side though. Open wounds, leap away from Moon. He's gonna stay alive for the moment. Boat comes in as well. Will hit upon 2 as well. Starstorm coming out. Pass, couple of hits and he'll go down. J4 will end up saving himself as Miguel is dead inside his cogs. J4, 1 health. No problem. Boat buff helping out as well. They will still lose their Crystal Maiden, but perhaps they can take down more in return. There's already 3 dead. There's 2 more left alive. Of course, it is 2 cores. It is 2 heroes. Difficult to take down. And for example, Zixi, he's not going to make it out. Fada, Dragon Tail by Cheshire Cat, still getting stunned by the poison. Another crush up on 2. Do they have the damage? It doesn't look like it, especially not with Fada. He just got a double kill with that Breathe Fire. Run, Cheshire Cat. You're not safe here anymore. Last surviving hero for Power Rangers. 3 heroes down on Sigma, but the 2 cores survived, the Life Sealer, the Dragon Knight, and they made it worth it. They were able to turn things around, and Power Rangers lose 4 in turn. And again, no buildings, no Roshan taking off the back of the fight for Power Rangers. I mean, disregarding that they kind of lost the fight, fair enough. They kind of were needing to at some point they need to start taking some towers. They need to find some way to split push or some way to push. I mean, they've taken down the towers to half health on almost all sides apart from the middle one, but they need to start getting some solid gold. And in the meantime, Sigma, they're doing that already. They're rotating top. They've of course got the birds from the visage of the familiars. They've got creeps from man. They've got Dragonite with this dragon form, which is a very good pushing ability. We are gonna see another Roshan attempt though, but I don't think that Sigma is gonna let this happen. They will have to give up their tower attempt for it though, and that's gonna be something that Power Rangers might be aiming for here. And if they don't give up their tower, as in if attempt that is, so if Sigma is still gonna push top, then the chance that Power Rangers takes Roshan only increases, and they would be happy to trade a tier 1 tower for a Roshan, because with the way that Power Rangers is playing this game, they are playing the I'm gonna run at you kind of strategy, so, you know, doing exactly what the lineup says. And then Aegis comes in real handy then, making sure that you have the advantage in the fight and you've got someone with 6 life, basically meaning you're fighting 6 on 5. In comes a flare though. It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be scouting that out. Let's see. The hook shot is not there just yet. They're trying to make their way over. Let's see if they're fast enough, because this Roshan is dropping very fast. Extra armor now also for Power Rangers, and they're not too low on health either. They might be able to take this. The familiar stones are going to come out. Perhaps a hook shot. In comes Soxka. The hook shot comes in. Let's see who takes the Roshan. Roshan by the Radiant Aegis for the Crystal Maiden. Well, that's going to be not something Power Rangers was hoping for. Crystal Maiden is going to lose her Aegis straight away. Still gets a grave to keep her up for a little while longer. Crush comes out up on 3. Oh my god, a Crush on 3. Clockwork is the first one to actually die. Crystal Maiden will be right back. But we'll be right back into enemy lineups. Moonlight Shadow is not going to help out with the sentry up on the high ground. Fada though. Frostbite still keeping him in place for a little while. Open wounds now up on ZXE. He's gonna get chased down by Soxka. The Crystal Maiden is already dead. Can't save their lives right now. Down goes the Kunkka and Power Rangers. They'll have to back off. The only thing they should be happy about is that their Roshan did not, or the Aegis did not get picked up by Sigma. But other than that, well, they're gonna lose towers off the back of this. They lost the golden experience for the Roshan, which is a kind of a shame. And that's gonna be making that Roshan attempt not all that worth it at all, actually. So, sad story for them. As we see Sigma getting more ahead in this game. We have them 7,500 gold ahead, experience-wise, no difference. A bit more in numbers, actually, almost 10k experience ahead, which mostly translates into those 2 cores. That Dragon Knight sitting at level 13 already, he's actually the one to build a mechanism for his team, which is interesting because normally it's a Crystal Main that does that, but this Crystal Main going for the Ghost Scepter needs to be having a Ghost Scepter because most of the damage coming out from Power Rangers is indeed physical. And we've got the Lifestealer, his armlet is about done. He's got his phase drums and the Midas. So he is looking pretty good as well, and of course the levels that he gets from that Midas are pretty significant as well. With the highest level up on Power Rangers, he's actually 3 levels behind, which is the StarLadder, level 10, with his Vanguard. I mean, it's nice and all, but he is definitely missing a bit of a punch, especially missing that level 2 ultimate. And the difference between the cores are quite big, because also, right now, I mean, it's level 9 and level 10 for the cores of Power Rangers, while level 13 for the 2 cores of Sigma. I guess there is the difference in terms of 2 core versus 3 cores, in which case Power Rangers would win, but it is not always the case that quantity over quality, you know, and that's something that we see right here, especially not since all 3 cores on Power Rangers do need that extra farm, do need those core items. Ooh, FNG is in trouble, and Arrow will hit upon Matt. They are going in on this one. Hookshot comes in for Miguel though, as the boat comes out on Matt, still taking a lot of damage, but will be able to stay alive through it all. Mechanism will help him out as well. Moonlight Shadow might be enough to keep Power Rangers safe, but the Sentry Ward is already placed. Extra armor will not keep TXC safe, but the Shallow Grave will. In comes a Crush. Cheshire Cat running himself out of this fight. Down goes the Crystal Maid. Second one to die in this fight. Breathe Fire will take out the Kunkka still. And the rest is running. The rest is on the way out. Moon doesn't have a leap. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He's not going to make it out in time. 2 heroes left alive with J4 running. TP out for Cheshire Cat already was there. That's going to be another fight taken by Sigma. It's getting more and more dangerous for Power Rangers as they still have not been able to take any structures on the map. And they're going to lose their own tier 2 tower, which is going to be the 3rd tower to drop on their side of the map. And that is going to mean that the goal difference is going to only increase. And it's starting to worry me slightly for Power Rangers. They might be the giant killers, but it might be that Sigma is just a bit of too much of a giant to be killed right here. They're looking solid. They don't take any unnecessary risks. They mostly fight when Power Rangers come at them, rather than the other way around. And that means that, well, they just don't want to take any chances, and that's exactly what that's something that Power Rangers is hoping for. Teams that feel overconfident, that feel that they can take chances. That's the kind of teams that they thrive upon. Profit from the small little mistakes that you might make. But Sigma is just playing solid Dota, and that's and it's showing. That's just definitely showing. If it's rune for Fada, if he finds FNG by himself, then FNG would die, but it looks like he will just farm, or at least looks for people, won't find them though, as we can see on the minimap. 4 heroes pretty close together here in the middle lane, with on the top lane Cheshire Cat by himself. He's actually building towards a BKB, so no blink dagger for him. It looks like they have got not much love for Cheshire Cat. Rotating 4 heroes top to take him down. However, there's also 4 heroes extra of Power Rangers coming in. The Dragon 2 comes out. It might still be too late for Cheshire Cat. Too late indeed. Yep, he dies. And the rest, the cavalry wasn't there in time. They'll have to wait. They'll have to give up this tier 1 tower. Can't fight without their Slaughter. Needed amplified damage. Especially upon the Dragon Knight. Dragon Knight overall, a very tanky hero with extra armor because of his Dragon Blood. And you kind of need that amplified damage to make sure, because they don't really have that much physical damage coming out. I mean, look at their items. There's no damage items. They need to have it all from that minus armor.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Fortification coming out to defend that tier 1 middle. In the meantime, doesn't look like Sigma is backing off from the dire jungle. They've got an infested Lifestealer sitting inside Fada. They've got every single hero here. Moonlight Shadow will keep Power Rangers safe for the moment. And they're actually going to go on Fada here. But the Lifestealer jumps out, goes for FNG with the rage on. The Grave is there. We'll keep FNG alive for a little while longer. And actually alive long enough for Fada to actually get picked up. Maybe it is next for the Lifestealer. The Crush only hits upon Matt though. Not upon Sochka. ZXC, he'll get nuked down. In comes a hookshot, gets in 3 in the cogs. Oh my god, that is absolutely horrifying. Miguel will still go down for it, but it doesn't matter. That was so worth it. And a GG comes out as Sigma takes this first game of the day very convincingly. Power Rangers, we saw what they were aiming to do, and it was sometimes close to being decent, but in the end, Sigma just too strong. And that is going to be the result of this first match here in day 25 of StarLadder group stages. And it means that Sigma is one step closer to making it to Kiev. We're going to see later today if they can. Also depends on some of the other team, but for now they're on the right path. We're going to see two teams that don't have a chance to go to Kiev. It's going to be QPad and Mouse Sports. Both teams have had some good showings, especially QPad yesterday. I mean, I know that a lot of people have been seeing QPad as like the team that is not able to achieve anything, but yesterday's games from QPad, they looked actually like a team, and that's been a while since we've seen that from them. So I'm hopefully gonna see that again when they play up against Mouse Sports, which is a very difficult team to face for them. Afterwards, we're gonna see Sigma again taking on Rockskiss, which is gonna be also one of the blockbusters of the night, together with Fnatic taking on Rockskiss. Both of those games are must-wins for all teams involved. It doesn't mean that they are not going to make it to Kiev if they are not winning, but it does mean that if they don't win, then it's not up to them anymore if they go to Kiev or not. Of course, it's not only up to them anymore. They still have to win all the remaining games, but they have to also hope that some other teams lose so that they get a decent ranking. Anyways, we are going to be jumping ourselves out of this game. Thank you for watching. Stick around for QPad versus Mouse, and stick around for a great night full of Dota for StarLadder Season 8. We'll be back.